Hey Sunny Fit fam, welcome back. Today's workout is going to be all about resistance training as we start to climb up and down hills. So it's going to be like we're rolling through the hills together. It's going to be 25 minutes long. So let's go ahead and get started with light resistance. So you would turn your resistance all the way back to the left and then give yourself maybe 1 to 2 teeny tiny little taps to the right. So how you know you're at your flat road, you feel enough resistance that it causes your inner thighs to slightly pull in, but you could glide with ease. Let's take a soft bend from our elbows. Think about opening your chest, pulling your belly button towards the back of your spine. Big inhale in, big exhale out. One of the main reasons we train on hills is so that we can build our endurance. That's how long you can stay in the moment using the resistance that I give you and also working on strength. So every time you turn your pedal, glutes, thighs, hamstring, and even your mind are getting a little bit stronger. Let's start to take a peek at our cadence, also your RPM, how many revolutions your legs are making in 1 minute. Pick it up to 100. Still easy gliding, letting yourself properly warm up. While you hold this number for me, I'm gonna gradually give you teeny tiny taps to the right, and I'm gonna ask you to hold on to 100 RPMs for as long as you can. So your one goal is not to drop, but I'm gonna push you to the point that it pulls you down. So give yourself that first teeny tiny tap to the right. You feel the difference in the press. We keep our upper body completely relaxed, core fully engaged. Deep breath. Each level requires you to focus on your breath. As you get higher in altitude, it's harder to breathe. You're gonna feel that same thing right here on the bike. One more teeny tiny turn. Let's lift it up. That right there should have slightly dropped you below 100 RPMs. Maybe you're right at 98, hovering 100. We have 2 more teeny tiny taps to add, and then we're at the base of our hill. So push yourself forward. I always like to visualize my hill. Each hill can represent something different to every single person. You getting to the top means you've overcome something. So pick what you want to see, pick what you want to overcome, and give me a tiny tap to the right. Could you keep your numbers up? Shoot to stay above 95. Maybe you drop down a little bit lower. Focus on a number. Consistency. That's what builds endurance. You showed up. I know you can. That tiny tap to the right in 5, 4, 3, 2, tiny tap to the right. So that just dropped us all at least to 95 if we're not already there. So this is the base of our incline. This is where you feel resistance now. We're gonna take a little lift out of the saddle to get our heart rate up. Let's lift in 4, 3, 2, gentle lift. Rising out of the saddle with confidence, using your posture down in 3, 2, take a seat. Deep breath in, lift back out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, let's do 3 more. Even pedal stroke in and out, lift up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, come down with me. I want you to breathe every time you sit it down in the saddle. Here we go, lifting out. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, one more lift. Breathe, reset the shoulders, lift up, find your confidence each time you lift. You got it. 4, 3, 2, and we take a seat. Muscles are warmed up, heart's warmed up. Let's start the action. Big turn to the right. So you just hit the base of your incline. Focus on where you want to go. Know why you're moving the pedal, why you showed up, so that when it gets hard, that why takes you crossing over the finish line, seeking the top until we have the wind to bring us back down. We're gonna lift out. Our RPM cadence is at 80. Hover 80, lift in 3, 2, and 1, lift out. 80 RPMs is our number for the next 30 seconds. I lifted you out so you find momentum. When I take you back down, you gotta use just the power of your muscles not just to lift out of the saddle. You're gonna hold on to 80 RPMs. You're gonna sit in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, sit. Fight to keep that same number. Give me half of a turn. Fight to stay at 80. You should be struggling to hit it, but with enough persistence, you can do anything you set your mind to. Let's stay right here. 15 seconds longer, and then you're right back out. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, lift in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, we're out. Your number is still 80. When I add another half turn, it should be impossible to hit 80. So you're gonna let the resistance pull your RPM down, not your commitment. We're gonna add in 15 seconds, staying out of the saddle, fighting for our numbers. Let's add in 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, half turn. It should have pulled everybody closer to 75. Find that steady rhythm. Using the power of momentum right now. Feeling the air underneath your step. When you come down, you do not drop below 75. Take a deep breath. Focus on the movement. Still gliding with ease because we've trained ourselves to pedal with purpose and consistency. Take it down. Don't drop numbers. 75, 30 seconds left. You're about to tackle that first hill. That's as high as we're going. Consider this our mild hill. If you need to come back to this point for our second hill, you know your numbers. 75 to 80 RPMs is a lighter hill. We're pulling resistance back in 5. Here's 4, 3, 2, flat road. Deep breath. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Pedaling a little bit slower, seeing if we can recover our heart rate. Big inhale, maybe even stacking our shoulders over our hips, stretching, opening up the airways. Shake it out, let it go. Let's get water. So feel good about what you just did. You just showed me how far you were willing to push yourself. Now I'm gonna ask you to go a little bit more outside of your comfort zone. If we were just working on a scale of 1 to 10, where you were judging your perceived effort, you were about at a 6, maybe a 7. If that's your starting point today and you need to stay there, listen to your body, not to me. If you're willing to take your training a little bit further, we're gonna take our resistance up a little bit higher and work with it a little bit longer, building endurance and building strength. So come back in. Let me see you take a nice little bend in the elbow, open the chest, and focus on your airways. You got 30 seconds left. And then we add resistance, going from our flat road right back to the same point of resistance that we just left. So let your body remind you, as we start to turn to the right, it's gonna feel familiar to the lower body. I want you to take yourself back to the peak, back to the highest level, and we're gonna grow from there. That means right now when you turn with me, start to add until your resistance pulls you to 75 to 80. If you're flying past those numbers, more resistance. If you're struggling to hit 75, that's too much for right now. So find the number that makes you work for 75 right here. We're gonna lift up in 5, 4, 3, 2, lift up. We want our heart rate to go right back up, spending 15 seconds out, 15 seconds down, 1 full minute. Take it down. Holding your RPM. It's really only 2 15 count jumps up. Feeling your heart rate go back up. We're lifting in 4, 3, 2, you're out. 15 seconds. Maybe you focus on hovering the saddle, bracing your core. We sit down in 5, 4, 3, 2, sit. We're gonna make our numbers come down even further. Big turn to the right. You're between 65 to 70. That should feel significantly different. We went from hard to feeling very hard to keep the consistency. Now you're digging through mud, putting forth all your effort to get to the top. So this is why your why applies. You knew why you came. You knew why you jumped on the bike. Now let's get ourselves to the top so that we feel ourselves not just reaching our goals, but surpassing our goals. Can that be you today? I'm taking you out of the saddle. I want you to feel the breeze. We lift in 3, 2, we're up. Hold on to that heavier resistance. Breathe. 20 seconds, just focus on the inhale in, exhale out. I feel it, we're in that winded place. Breathless is where we're trying to go. You've got 10 seconds up. Here's 5. We're down in 4, 3, 2, sit it down. Keep your numbers. Consistency. I told you we'd spend a little longer with the heavier resistance. Keep your numbers right above 65. So that's anywhere from a heavy hill. If you need it lighter, you stay above 70 RPMs with a little lighter resistance. We're taking that same 15 out, 15 down. So use the power you found and lift yourself up in 3, 2, and 1. 15 seconds out. Hips down, chest wide and open. We sit in 5, 4, 3, 2, sit. What I'm challenging you to do is to not lose control of your RPMs as I make you shift in and out of the saddle. Those transitions can get sloppy when we're tired. Stay giving your best effort, best step. Up in 3, 2, and 1. Breathe. Letting your breath support your muscles, cueing to the brain, you're here to grow. It's not a moment to run from the challenge. We sit down in 3, 2, and 1. One more time we do that, and then we see our flat road ahead. So it's on the horizon. That means we pedal forward. Don't let your body slow down just yet. Give yourself this time to grow. Lift. 15 seconds out. You're there. You give me 5 more seconds, and then I give you a flat road. Here's 4, 3, 2, sit it down. Flat road. Wind is bringing you down. Always feels better to come down than it does to go up, huh? 1 minute and 30 seconds. We breathe to recover and reset. That's not just for your body, it's for your mind and your willpower. Big stretch up, big exhale down. Let it go. See if you can let your tension, your stress fall away. Come back in, make this third climb about you and only you. So giving you time to get water, time to towel off. How much can you bring your heart rate down? Prove your fitness levels by spiking the heart and bringing it right back down. Going into the last 30 seconds, enjoying the flat road, enjoying that second hill we just conquered. Giving ourselves plenty of time to really think about all the rewards we just gained from tackling 2 hills. It goes beyond the body, it goes beyond this room, it applies to every area of your life. Breathe, open the heart, soften the elbows, send the hips back. We're gonna go back to our heavier resistance. This time, turn, bring your resistance up as your cadence naturally adapts to the new pressure, and you give yourself a cadence of 65 to 70. That's right where we left off. You're gonna stay right here in the saddle. When we're down, we often let our mind travel to how hard, how impossible each step feels. I invite you to change your mindset. A fixed mind thinks you can't grow, thinks you can't build, thinks you can't become the very thing that you think you can become. if you let your mind switch to believe that through effort, through practice, through discipline, you can do anything you set your mind to. We know why we're here, we know we're worth it, and we know we're capable. Reach down, turn the resistance up. Now it pulls you closer to 60. If you're struggling to hit 60, take some of the resistance off. You gotta set yourself up to succeed. You never push yourself in weight beyond your current fitness level. There's room for that to grow. So give yourself a chance to see yourself succeed and grow at the same time. We lift in 5, 4, 3, 2, lift up. You gave me 1 minute in the saddle. You're gonna give me 1 minute out. Don't lose your numbers. Don't lose your focus. No distraction coming in. You said you were gonna take this hill for you and you alone. Almost through that first 30 seconds. Are your eyes on the prize? Do you believe that you can? I'm giving you 30 seconds strong, and then we travel back down to the saddle. Not losing our resistance, but finding the final challenge is waiting for us in the saddle. I need you to take 3 deep breaths before we get there. Inhale in the nose, exhale out. Might be an audible exhale, might be a scream. Just let it out, tension is gone. We come back down. We face the hardest thing we've done all day in 5, 4, 3, 2, sit it down. Bring your hands back, shoulders back. Everybody is gonna increase your speed for 15 seconds, and only 15 seconds, you're sprinting up a hill. That means we're eagerly getting to the top. 3, here's 2, and we go. All your might, all your effort, all your focus. Bringing RPMs up, not letting your pedal stroke slow down. You got 8, 7, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and pedal slower. Don't lose your resistance, pedal slower. 2 big turns to the left, your resistance is gonna get a little bit lighter. I want you to pedal slow and breathe slow. So think about long, steady breaths as we gradually let ourselves come down with control, bringing ourselves closer to the end of our workout. Deep breath in, deep breath out. That same 1 minute and 30 seconds we've used to come to a flat road is how much time we spend coming back down. So try not to drop that resistance. See if you can lower your heart rate while you're moving your body. We're gonna take 1 turn to the left, right here, reach, give yourself a turn to the left, slowing it down, maybe lighten your grip. If you look down and you think, man, I got some white knuckles going on, it means you're clinging to your bars and not trusting your core, the power that's inside of you. And you just did way too much of expressing your power to be small in this moment. We're coming down, we're taking another big turn to the left. We're not quite at our flat road, but it definitely feels easier to find our fluid pedal stroke. You got 30 seconds left right here. This is as low as we're gonna take our resistance. So right now you're easily hanging right there at 80, 85 RPMs. And I'm gonna ask you that when we complete these 30 seconds in the saddle, that you give me those same jumps in and out of the saddle that we use to get us ready for our first hill. So we're gonna come up, this time, reverse. We're trying to move and get our heart rate to come down. We're not moving at a faster pace, we're staying right there at 80 to 85. First lift in 3, 2, and we're up. So breathing, recovering our heart rate while we're moving is a bigger challenge. Sit it down, big breath each time you take a seat. Lift in 3, 2, and we're up. Last 4, 3, 2, and we sit. Think about gentle lift in and out of the saddle. Taking it out, effortless transitions. After all the heavy resistance, your legs feel the freedom and they think, okay, this task doesn't feel so bad. So focus on this 30 seconds of breathing with purpose, getting your heart rate back down to where we started. Take a seat. Staying right here, 20 seconds longer. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Lose the white knuckles, lift it out. Last lift out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and we sit. Not touching our resistance, giving ourselves a moment to towel off, get water, and then we apply the speed that we started with. So notice we're going in reverse of what our warm-up was in order to actually come down. We will see our flat road after this minute and 30 seconds. So take a nice light grip. Let's send our hips back. Give yourself a bend in your elbows. In 10 seconds, we drive our RPM back up to 100. We're gonna stay there at 100. The goal is to flush the legs out, breaking up lactic acid. Let's go in 3, 2, and 1. Push the pedal. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Doesn't feel like the hardest thing you've done all day. In fact, it feels quite easy compared to what you just did. So only you, your breath, and your purpose are riding with you. That's where your thoughts go. What did I just accomplish? How can I hold on to the power I just found, knowing that I proved I had endurance? So endurance means you can outlast any challenge. You can outlast any resistance that comes against you. Your goal is just to stay in the game a little bit longer. You're almost there, halfway through it. Here we go, crossing over that 45-second mark. You give me 45 seconds left to pedal right here, staying at 100 RPMs, practicing your form, practicing your breath. So close to that final 20 seconds. All we're gonna do is gradually pull our RPM back to 90. So it's not a big drop, but it's gonna feel a little bit slower, a little more effortless to hit that RPM. We pull it back in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're in control of your body. Slow it down to 90 RPMs, and let's hang out there for a bit. You're almost to your final stretch. You're almost to your flat road. So we easily hover 90 RPMs. We're venturing back to our flat road in 30 seconds. So find these last few seconds to see if your inhale and your exhale can reset not just your heart rate, but can it bring you back down to that place where you feel grounded and connected with yourself. That's where you're looking to go before you enter into your stretch. Last 10, 9, flat road ahead in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, turn it all the way back to your flat road. Remember, a flat road isn't necessarily all the way to the left. You leave enough resistance that it keeps you in control of the wheel. So if you're out of control, you feel a lot of shake. When you're in control, you feel steady, consistent rhythm underneath your feet. We're gonna finish our final few RPMs right here, final few revolutions of that wheel. We're gonna stay right here, 15 seconds longer, and then we step off our bike for some final stretching. So if your heart rate needs to come down even more, I invite you to keep pedaling until you feel yourself at a safe heart rate. If you're ready to step off with me, we're gonna reach down. We're gonna slow our legs down. Give a nice little press on our emergency brake. Allow yourself to clip out of your bike. And we're gonna step to the side. Hold on if you need to. We're gonna bring our right foot in, stretching our quad first. Try to roll your shoulders back and down. Take a cleansing breath. Exhale, let it go. You tuck your hips, squeeze your glutes. Feel a little more stretch down the right side, and then we cross our right foot over our left knee, and we sink it down. If it feels good, you give a gentle little press on your right inner thigh. You might even flex and point, or make a few circles to the right and to the left. You're gonna stand up, uncross your feet, reach for your bars once again, pulling left foot in. Same effort, stand up nice and tall. Maybe a small tuck of the hips, maybe a squeeze of the glutes. Breathing as you pull heel in closer to your glute, and then crossing left foot over right, gentle little stretch for your left hip flexor. If it feels good, you exhale, press in on the inner thigh, maybe flex and point, maybe make some circles to the right, some circles to the left. And then we stand up, bring your feet right underneath your hip bones. Let's clasp our palms behind us so that we feel the stretch of our shoulders, our chest, and back. And then we take a little flat dive forward, slow, reaching your palms over. And then when you feel ready, release your hands to the floor. Soften a bend in your knees, gently roll up through the spine. Restacking each vertebrae, coming right back to your center. Thank you guys for joining me. I look forward to working out with you again with the Sunny Fit Fam.